This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
Welcome, pet parents and pet friends. This is Michelle Fern, your host for Best Bets for Pets. Okay, what if I told you you could watch your fur kid all the time, know when they're causing mischief, and know who is not going in the litter box, and more? Sounds great, right? I'm going to tell you how you could do that. We'll be right back. Hey, it's Mr. Z's birthday coming up, and I have a great place where I'm going to go pick up some great party accessories for him and his pooch friends. Molly and Bandit Pet Party Accessories. They have wearables like adjustable party hats, they have bow ties and tutus. You know, Mr. Z is going to get the bow tie, of course, and then his girlfriend can have the tutu. And they also have photo prop kits with funny glasses and hats and, you know, table covers. There's party banners and cake decorations and treat bowls and cups and bags for some swag at the end. So it's everything you need to create memories and have Instagram-worthy photos. I am so excited. I cannot wait. They're in two colorful themes, tropical and fireman. I just can't decide. I think I'm going to get both. So go ahead and check out the great pet party products at mollyandbanditpetparty.com/petlife.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back, everyone. I'd like to welcome Terry Bader. He's the Chief Revenue Officer at Guardzilla. Welcome, Terry.
Thank you, Michelle. Happy to be here.
I'm excited to have you. I love the name Guardzilla. It sounds like something very menacing, but it's actually a very cool device. For everyone listening, is probably like, what's a Guardzilla? So what is Guardzilla?
It's not a monster invading Tokyo. It is a Wi-Fi security monitor and camera that you connect to your home Wi-Fi and you connect to your smartphone. And you can see what's going on with your pets wherever you are from your smartphone.
We're all about pets here, so we mentioned pets, but it actually has several other features as well. And then we're going to talk more about pets. Yes. But I'll tell you my own experience with Guardzilla. Everyone, you're going to like this. But what else does Guardzilla, some of the other features Guardzilla has?
Distinguishes Guardzilla from every other product out there, and one that I think pet owners will find very compelling. And there's actually more than one thing. The primary distinction is it has a 360-degree view. The typical pet monitor security camera has about 110 to 120 degrees. So what that means is you can observe approximately a third of your environment. So if your pet just happens to be in that one-third where the camera can cover, you're fine. If the pet is in the other two-thirds of the environment, the other 240 degrees, you have no idea what your pet's doing. So what Guardzilla allows the pet owner to do is from their phone, scan the entire room. And they do that by dragging their finger across the screen of the smartphone, and it'll literally just pan in a panoramic way all the way around the room. So there's no place for your pet to hide. You want to see what's going on. If you want to see if the pet's behaving, if it's going in the litter box, if it's into mischief, this one camera will let you see your entire environment. And what a lot of other cameras will suggest is, buy 2 or 3 or 4, and that way you can get coverage. But first of all, that's extremely expensive. And second of all, you're basically daisy chaining cameras together. This is one lens, one camera, a panoramic view that lets you know always what's going on in your environment. And it has what's called full duplex audio, so you can also communicate with your environment. So if you see your, Sparky's up on the couch, you just, from your smartphone, you can just project your voice into the room, telling him to get off the couch. So basically, it's this totally immersive, interactive tool for keeping tabs on your pets, for communicating with your pets, for showing off your pets, which is it's what I do with my French Bulldog, Gus. And so it's wonderful for pet owners, but it also has security. If you want to set an alarm, it has a 100 decibel siren, which you can choose to activate or not. But you can also set motion detection. So when someone comes in or leaves, it will notify you on your phone instantly, whether that be a push notification or an email or a text. So it truly lets you stay completely in touch with your environment when you're away. And let's face it, most people are on the go. Many households, both people work. So this is that tether to your life that people really desire.
Well, a couple of other things that I saw on your website that I thought were really interesting uses, but so appropriate is, if you have an elderly family member and they, are very independent and live alone, you could let them, have one in their home and say, every day, stop by and wave so I know you're okay, say, because Guardzilla's in the living room, And so that's a great feature. And I also like that there's an alarm. So if someone is like loitering on your property by your front door, for some reason, you could sound the alarm, just probably startle the heck out of them, and they'll, I'm sure, go away. What are some of the other more, creative features that Guardzilla has?
Well, I think, you really touch upon, one of them, which is the flexibility of the cameras. What you'll see out with most cameras is they're one-dimensional. They're a monitor. They, of course, don't see 360 degrees. They don't tend to have an alarm. And so with this device, you basically can tailor it to the needs, to your needs. So if you want this to just be a monitor and inform you when maybe the nanny comes home or a repairman arrives or leaves, from your app, you arm the motion detector, but you don't arm the siren. So that will let you know if someone is coming or leaving. Like you said, with elderly parents, you'd want to know that if someone's either coming or leaving the house. If you want true security, you would arm the siren. And that way, if someone enters that space, they will be detected and you'll be informed with a motion notification, as I described earlier, but also they will be greeted with a 100 decibel siren, which, believe me, gets their attention. You also can activate the siren on your own. If you get a motion detection, you see if someone is an unfriendly, you hit that panic button, and that will activate the siren. We also offer a professional monitoring, which is a small additional fee. So if you can't respond, we have professional monitors who, when an alarm or a motion detection is received, will reach out to you, reach out to your emergency contacts, and ultimately reach out to the police. So this is a wonderful replacement for very expensive traditional systems, which where the equipment's very expensive, where the installation is costly, and where they're going to probably charge you $40 to $50 a month in a multi-year contract. You can take Guardzilla across the spectrum from, hey, it's a great way for me to just see what's going on, interact with my family, my pets, et cetera, all the way to this is a robust security device at a very small fraction of the cost of other security systems. And that's what we like about the product, and that's what our consumers like, is they can pretty much make it meet their needs.
Okay, we'll be right back after this message, and then we're going to talk more about how it can help you with your fur kid. I just want to tell you about this great new litter that I've discovered. It is called Pretty Litter, and there's a reason why it's called Pretty Litter. First of all, it is pretty. It's like white and sparkly, and it's nice looking. But the best thing about Pretty Litter is that it has a built-in health monitoring. So the litter actually changes color and detects potential health issues for your cat. How great is that? So I used it in my house, using the litter. Molly checked it out. And when she did her business, I'm like holding my breath. I'm hoping, everything's cool. It turned the right color. And I thought, this is really the best litter ever. Because what other litter lets you know about your cat's health, right? How can you beat that? Plus, it has great odor control. It clumps easy. It's lightweight. And best of all, it's so convenient. You can have delivery straight to your door every month with free shipping. Now, I'm going to give you the promo code so you can get a special discount for everyone listening. Okay, you could share with your friends if you want. Go to prettylittercats.com/bestbets. Use the coupon code BESTBETS and you'll get 20% off your first subscription order. How great is that? Okay, we're talking with Terry from Guardzilla. And Terry, most of the people listening have pets. And, some people have the mindset, well, I have a dog, that my dog barks, so my house is okay. And that's really not true for most of us, because I have actually a friend of mine who has a dog and her car was stolen right in front of her, doorway. So just because your pet happens to have a loud bark doesn't save you. But what's great about the Guardzilla is having that sound, the alarm system. Let's get to when I used the Guardzilla. I had my crew, someone on my cat crew was missing the litter box, and I didn't know who. And it's not necessarily for training purposes, but it could be for illness reasons or who knows what. And Guardzilla helped me catch the perpetrators, kind of, so to say. But, another great feature I think of Guardzilla is if you have a very young pet or a very old pet, it's a great monitor. Because you can keep an eye, you can do a 360. What if you have an older pet, you're not sure if they're always feeling okay, but you have to go to work and you don't have someone to stop by? You can set up Guardzilla, right, Terry, and have them, can monitor your pet for you?
Absolutely. You can do it in a variety of ways. The one other feature that I forgot to mention, which your question brings up, is not only can you continuously monitor what's going on, you also can record what's going on. So if you want to see what's going on in the den or want to see if your cat's using the litter box, you can just set the camera and it'll automatically, when the cat nears that litter box, it'll record that event and you can pull it up right on your phone. So it's absolutely completely interactive and you can monitor 24/7 what's going on with your animal, communicate with the pet, and also, as I said, record what's going on. So it gives you a full view into your pet's life and full access. And, the recording feature, there's a photo feature. So if you want to just snap a quick snapshot, it allows you to do that. And frankly, we talk to a lot of our consumers, and there's a very large percent of them who use those features just to capture their pet, to record it, to share. It's very easy to share those photos and videos with someone else who has the Guardzilla app. So it really allows the pet owner to have, full interactivity with their animals.
Okay, and you talked about the video and snapping pictures, so I'm sure that the quality is probably very good. So if you can touch on that. And also, it has night vision. Now, that's different from a lot of other types of devices that at night, what you see is very fuzzy. So maybe you can tell us how good the night vision is on Guardzilla.
Sure. So yes, in terms of the camera, it's a high definition camera. So the video, the images are HD quality. Night vision is, we use infrared lamps. So the vision is very good. It does default to a black and white image with the infrared. And frankly, with night vision, it's much less about photography. It's more about just having visibility at night of what's going on in and around your house and what's going on with your pet. And the last thing I'll say is a feature I forgot to mention is we devised this camera to work inside, to work outside. It can sit on a flat surface. You can mount it to a wall. You can mount it to a ceiling. So it has complete flexibility in terms of placement. So there's really no place you can't mount this camera, no spot in your house which would be challenging that our mounting system wouldn't be able to handle.
What about outdoors?
Yes, this camera has what's called IP65, very technical, but it's just that IP is ingress protection. So it can take extreme cold, extreme heat. It can take rain, snow. So you can mount this anywhere outside your home, and it is certified to perform fine. The other thing that our Guardzilla outdoor camera has is it has both AC and DC. So if there's a plug nearby, that's great. And most cameras, the grand majority of cameras have a plug to plug in, but very few have both a plug and a battery feature. So we have an internal rechargeable battery. You charge the battery and you put this camera up and it'll run for, depending on use, for a couple months. And then to recharge it, it's on a magnetic mount, so there's no unscrewing of anything. You just pop it off and you plug it back in, and in a couple hours, your camera's charged again. And that's another feature we have that you'll find on very few cameras. Most of them require you to plug it in, which is generally fine indoors and generally not fine outdoors because plugs are pretty scarce. And especially if you want to put it somewhere high on an eave or a ceiling, like in a patio, so you can see everything that's going on outside. So that's part of the flexibility we engineered into the product.
So, Terry, Guardzilla sounds amazing. It's not a monster, but it sounds like an amazing little mighty product to have in your home. Is Guardzilla as strong as Godzilla is? So my crazy crew is not likely to break it?
Very unlikely to break it for a couple of reasons. Generally, people put it out of reach. It has a very powerful magnet mount that you attach the camera to. So it's generally out of reach, but if it's within reach for whatever reason, it has a hard ABS plastic, so an impact-resisting plastic and solid-state components. So it's unlikely to break. Now, I wouldn't turn it into a chew toy for your pet, but it is definitely what they call a ruggedized product.
That's good to know. And it sounds like this is going to be something that might be a little expensive. What is the cost?
Well, it's really not. It's $199, and it is, if you look at the great number of other security cameras out there and some of the pet monitors, it fits right in that price point, and it offers features that simply aren't found. So field of view being, of course, the most obvious one, where we offer complete coverage, three times the coverage of competitive products out there, ones that I'm sure your viewers have heard of, such as Ring and Arlo and Nest, and I could list many more. So it's priced very competitively, and when you look at the feature set and everything from the 360 to the two-way talk to the AC/DC charging, and I could go on and on, it's a very good value. And if someone wants full coverage with a competitive product, they have to buy, as I said earlier, they would have to buy 2 or 3 of them. And that, of course, would result in spending far, far more than what a single Guardzilla camera would cost.
And where my mind always goes, I kind of think of what's the cost of not having Guardzilla, because one, break-in, one pet getting sick on something because it's not being watched, a puppy getting sick on, something, or destroying something, or a family member, something, for what you can see, and the value in that far outweighs the cost. So I think the cost is very, very economical. And
yeah, we agree. And we did not want to design a product that was unique, but out of the reach of the typical customer. The one thing I would also add is we sell Guardzilla at Best Buy nationwide. So you can go in any Best Buy store or go onto bestbuy.com. And we chose Best Buy because they tend to be the leader in terms of bringing innovative products. And Guardzilla's won quite a number of awards, our 360 product. We won a CES Innovation Award, that's Consumer Electronics Show. So we're very proud of that. And it was for the breakthrough innovation of a 360 live video feed right to your smartphone. So as I said before, there are no other products that offer that in the security realm. So it's something that I think your customers would find very compelling.
I think my listeners would really enjoy it. Now, they can also go to your website, Guardzilla.com, and find out some more information about the product, right? And are there several different versions or just one?
Well, we have 2 versions. We have an indoor Guardzilla camera, which is a plugged in. It's the same price point. That's also available at Walmart. And then we have the outdoor 360 camera, which is an indoor and an outdoor camera that, as I said earlier, has both a battery or a plug option. In terms of functionality, they have the same features other than the weather resistance and the battery that the Outdoor 360 offers.
Well, I think the creators of Guardzilla came up with a great, great product. There's so many features that everyone listening, think about how you can keep an eye on your fur kids, the rest, your two-legged kids or parents or people that two-legged people you don't want near your home. There's so many uses for it. Terry, thank you so much for coming on Best Buds for Pets and telling us all about Guardzilla.
Well, I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you for your time.
Oh, I love that show, and I love the name Guardzilla, and you would not believe how great this device is. I love it. Godzilla, move over. Guardzilla is taking over. It just came in handy, and thanks to my crew, my mischief crew, Dennis, Charlotte, and Molly, who got caught in the act. But I was so glad to catch them in the act because it turned out that one of them was a little bit ill. And had I not had Guardzilla, I wouldn't have known. And it would have cost me a lot more to find out later. So that's one thing I think that is great about Guardzilla is that you have a chance to keep an eye on things and watch things that you wouldn't ordinarily see. So thanks to my crew, Dennis, Molly, and Charlotte, for being the victims of my Guardzilla tape and my Guardzilla view, I guess. And thanks to my guest, Terry, for telling us all about Guardzilla. Thanks to everyone listening. Thank you so much for listening to Best Bets for Pets. You can find out more about this episode if you go to PetLifeRadio.com. Go to Best Bets for Pets. Under the shows, look up this episode, and there'll be some pictures of the product and some information and a link to the website. And I would like to thank, of course, my guest Terry, and thanks again to my producer Mark Winter for making me and my guests sound great. Now keep listening. I'm always on the hunt for the most amazing, unique, really cool products to bring to you and for your fur kids, for sometimes the two-legged loves in your life. So keep listening. There's so many great things coming up.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.